What's up, everyone? Have you ever wondered how the mind behind some of the most complex philosophical ideas lived his day-to-day life? Today, we're diving deep into the life of Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, the philosopher who changed how we see the world. Stick around for 12 fascinating facts about Hegel's life that'll make you rethink everything you know about philosophy. Let's jump right in. First off, did you know Hegel was a bookworm from the start? Born in 1770 in Stuttgart, Hegel was obsessed with learning. By the time he was just 7 years old, he was already reading Latin. Imagine tackling a language like that at such a young age. He soaked up everything from the classics to history and theology. His thirst for knowledge was so strong that he eventually made it to the prestigious Tübingen Seminary. But guess what? Hegel wasn't alone. He studied alongside two other future philosophers, Friedrich Hölderlin and none other than Friedrich Schelling. Now here's a fun twist. Hegel didn't jump straight into philosophy like most great thinkers. After graduating, he spent years working as a private tutor. He didn't even publish his first book until he was 40. So if you think you're a late bloomer, remember, Hegel had plenty of time to figure things out too. Okay, buckle up because this is where it gets wild. One of Hegel's major contributions to philosophy is his idea of the dialectic. It's this process of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, where opposing ideas clash to form something new. It's like life is constantly evolving through conflict, leading to progress. He believed this process explained everything: history, politics, even consciousness itself. Kind of mind-blowing, right? Now, if you're thinking, okay, but what does this have to do with me? Well, Hegel's ideas influenced some of the biggest thinkers in history: Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, and even Sigmund Freud. Without Hegel, we might not have had Marx's theory of class struggle or Freud's ideas about the subconscious. Hegel is basically the grandfather of modern thought. But not everyone loved Hegel's ideas. He was considered pretty conservative by his peers. He supported a strong state and thought freedom could only be achieved within a well-ordered society. His critics accused him of being too close to the establishment, while others saw him as a revolutionary thinker. Talk about a philosopher with layers. He believed that the state played a key role in individual freedom, which sparked debates that still rage on today. Now let's dive into his most famous work, The Phenomenology of Spirit. It's dense, it's complicated, but at its heart, it's all about the development of human consciousness. According to Hegel, we don't just exist, we grow, we evolve, we come to know ourselves through experiences with the world. It's about the journey of the self, how we become fully realized human beings through a constant interplay with society and the world around us. Deep stuff, right? By the time Hegel was teaching at the University of Berlin, he had rock star status. His lectures were packed, and students from all over Europe came to hear him. He wasn't just a thinker in isolation. He was the philosopher of his time. Can you imagine? He was basically the 19th century equivalent of a viral TED Talk. Hegel wasn't just about politics and society, he had a lot to say about art too. He believed art was one of the ways humans express the deepest truths about the world. He saw it as an essential part of human development, second only to philosophy and religion. Religion was central to Hegel's philosophy, but not in the way you might think. He saw religion as another way of understanding the world, but ultimately, he believed philosophy was superior. In his view, philosophy gave a clearer, more rational view of truth than faith alone. In a way, Hegel tried to bridge the gap between faith and reason, making him one of the most unique religious philosophers in history. Freedom wasn't just a political idea for Hegel, it was a fundamental part of human existence. He believed that true freedom could only be found through self-realization and understanding the world around us. To Hegel, freedom meant not just doing what we want, but knowing who we are and living in harmony with society. Here's a surprising one. Hegel's ideas even had an influence on science. His notion of the dialectic as a process of change influenced evolutionary theory and ideas about scientific progress. Last but not least, Hegel's influence hasn't faded. From existentialism to modern political theory, his ideas still shape how we think today. Whether you're talking about freedom, history, or how we know ourselves, Hegel's fingerprints are all over it. That's it, folks. 12 things about Hegel that just might have blown your mind. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's greatest thinkers, hit that like button, subscribe for more philosophical explorations, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful,